What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? It is your boy Wendell Holland. Welcome to episode 1 of the Challenge Breakdown. Again, I am Wendell Holland, and I am here with my best friend, the smelliest man I know, the one and only Brice Isaiah, aka Perp from Survivor Kylan. Brice, how you doing?
What's going on? What's the tea? I'm here for the break down.
Yes, you are. You are, and we're here to break down this Challenge USA. Now, the challenge has come from MTV and it migrated over to our network, CBS. And we have a lot of our friends on this show, friends and people we know, acquaintances, people we might not like so much. I don't know, Brice. I mean, are you excited for this season?
Well, first of all, back it up. Who might not you be excited for? Wait a minute.
Let's see. Well, I like everybody. I was talking about you, my man.
Oh no, I am really excited for some, extremely excited for others, and I think I have some new favorites after watching this episode last night as it premiered right after the Big Brother 24. So yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised with what we saw.
So, big picture going into last night, what did you think before we saw the episode? What did you think of this what's traditionally an MTV show coming over to our network, scooping up people from Survivor, Love Island, Amazing Race, Big Brother, scooping up people that we know can compete? What did you think would happen before you even were able to watch the show?
I mean, I knew it was going to be different than the regular challenge. But I didn't know how it was going to be different. I didn't know if it were, how sometimes if you are making a cake and it's like, your mom got this recipe for the cake and it's like, ooh, okay. But then you like, you know what? My mom always used margarine. I'm going to do some butter. I'm going to put some pecans in it. And you don't know what you're going to get until it come out. And so I think that that's really what it was. It was like, okay, the formula of the challenge really works. Now here they go, wanting to add in some different type of, ingredients, and will it work? But baby, I'm here to tell you, the cake was slamming. I'm listen. They added a little lemon glaze on the top and cut me a piece. I am here for the challenge. I thought it was great. I thought that they did a great job of capturing the majority of people. Some of the people we just did not see, but for the most part, we saw a lot of the people that are out there and that are competing. So it was just great. I was just here for a lot of the confessionals. Y'all know I'm a Desi Williams stan, and my girl was out there making the confessional heavens come to life. Okay, she was giving you ponytail. She was giving you long hair. And so it was really, really great. Also, huge shout out to the girl Tiffany. Tiffany from Big Brother 23. She was another confessional goddess.
Yeah. They
She was
both
breaking
did
it down for us. Like
yeah.
she was like giving I was like, okay, Tiff.
Yeah. You could tell there are some people out there that know what they're doing when it comes to the game, when it comes to politics, when it comes to playing, and when it comes to confessionals, which is another part of the game. And I feel like if my boy Brice Isaiah were out there, then you would compete well, but also you'd light up those confessionals, man.
I mean, I think I would. Now, I mean, I know this your channel, but this is for the PPP Purple Pants podcast as well. But listen, I just got to say, y'all know
Uh-oh.
I'm a huge fan of this one. But baby, Cinco was out there. Cinco in last night.
That's our boy.
Cinco.
That's our boy Cinco. Yeah, let's give a big shout out to Cinco off the jump. That's one of our favorites. That's one of the guys that we're rooting for heavy. We had the privilege to meet him a couple times. Tell me
We love
about
Cinco.
Cinco, Brice.
We love Cinco. Cinco had the outfits together. Cinco had the way and I know Cinco probably gonna listen to this, but listen, and some of them confessionals, I just know.
Uh-oh.
I know that when they got in them confessional chairs, the way Cinco's waves was waving, I know Cinco. He sat down and took that wave cap off because the waves was waving. Cinco was waving, but also huge shout out to your boy. Now I'm gonna kill his last name.
But
Dominic.
wait, Brice.
Okay.
Is the
That's
wave
right.
cap supposed to go over the hat?
Listen, Wendell. We're not doing all of that. Okay.
My fault.
Singles waves was waving. We're not talking about my waves because they're
Okay.
not waving right now.
What they
It's
giving?
giving Dead Sea right now. But okay. But back to what I was saying. Huge shout out to the guy Leo. When we did our challenge first glance, we were unsure of whether or not Leo would actually be on there. Leo was there. Shout out to my girl Sarah Lucina. Shout out to your boy Dominic Abate. He was out.
Pause. Big shout out to my boy Dominic Abate.
Oh, what did
Big
I
shout
say?
out.
I say
You,
little shout out.
but we got to give this man his. You gave your girl Desi Williams her respect, which she absolutely deserves. But
Okay,
now it's
well,
time for
big
my
shout out
boy.
to
Look at
Dominic
this.
Abate. And
I brought the
oh,
Survivor
here
Ghost
you go.
Island buff. It's sitting right here. You know what else I brought to represent for my guy? Some of the young folks might not know what this is.
I don't know what it is either, and I'm one of the young folks. What is that? Is that a
This is
VHS tape?
this is the Survivor Ghost Island DVD.
Yeah, we don't know what that is, sir. Sorry, we use Hulu. We're on streaming services.
Well, all I'm saying is we didn't see much of Dom today, which is fine. That's all right. But I'm sure we're going to see more of this guy. Look at that man. That man is a player. That's my guy. That is who I have. And it was good to see Dom back out there because he's one of the best survivors to come out of the 30s. And I hope he shows everyone else how much of a player he is. That's my boy.
Again, like I was saying, shout out to Dominic Abate. One of the things that impressed me the most with him was we didn't get to he wasn't a confessional queen last night. Okay. That was Tiffany and Desi.
Right.
But when we did get to see Dominic, he just brought the energy that I knew he would bring. Like, I'm not trying to be out here and compete with these young kids. What I do know, my strength is my brain. Okay, some people tell you my strength is my brain. Dude, wink, wink. So anyway, no, but he was saying that his strength was how smart he is, and he knows that he can maneuver around, and it was just his confidence. It wasn't like I don't know, but just something like I was like, okay, Dom, I feel it.
Yeah, he's one of the older guys on the cast. He knows that. And walking into the game, I think I saw him say that he wanted to like observe. He wanted to use his brain. And also, if we compare that to his Ghost Island game, when he stepped on that mat at Ghost Island and Chris Noble kind of chose what Dom thought were the wrong players for the first challenge. Dom raised his hand and called Chris out for that.
Oh.
Put himself right on the hot seat to start. Whereas in this game, and I think he learned from that. In this game, and I think he learned a lot of things from Ghost Island. But in this game, I think he was like, you know what? I'm not going to be the guy that is super visible right off jump. He's already a target. People know who he is, but he's going to sit back, observe, and like.
I mean, do they? I question. So I mean, maybe I feel like 50% of the people do know who he is, Survivor and Big Brother. But I question. Well, maybe I'm lying. I think. Does Love Island know who he is? Does Love Island know who anybody is outside of Love Island? I don't know.
Okay, but yeah, like what, bro? We got survivors. We got Big Brothers. We got Amazing Race. I'm not going to say the Love Islanders aren't there to compete.
But listen,
we saw some things.
They here for the entertainment. And listen,
exactly.
I'm here for my girl Cachet. I'm here for my girl Justine. I'm here for, mind you, now I don't know all of their names, but some of the brothers, I don't know if it was I don't know. Javon. We liked Javon. Maybe David. There were definitely some zaddies in the Love Island. Throw me in the Love Island mix, okay? Listen.
Okay. All right. Well, Brice, I do want to start. I know we've talked a little big picture, but I do want to start from the beginning and just go through this episode. And because as the contestants kind of took in all of this stuff, them now being new to the challenge, we as viewers and as challenge fans also kind of took in this kind of new arena for CBS players. I mean, granted, they cherry pick some players to go over to the MTV challenge, but this is totally different. This is all CBS people competing in the challenge. So they started on that bus ride in, they all got off, they walked into this big house, everyone's hugging and meeting each other. Uh, we get a confessional from your girl Desi, who told us that she won Miss USA twice. Congrats. And I'm sorry, she won Miss USA Virginia twice. And she said she wants to, I want to get the quote right. She said, I was not Miss USA, but I'm here to be Miss Challenge USA.
Per.
Per. Did you help her with that line? Because
I
that sounds like,
listen.
okay.
Listen, I don't know. I can't tell you anything about anything. You just have to watch it. I thought one of the best parts of the episode was this meet and greet. And the best part is not why you think why I think I love it. So one, I loved seeing all of the people say hi to each other. But for me, the best part was when people would be talking and the camera would be on them talking, then you would see Dom in the back getting a beer. They're realizing he's in the camera line and walking out. Seeing Tasha Fox like walk through, like it was being able to see like Tyson standing in the corner, being able to see like Ben run up, and it. I don't know about you guys, but you know, of course, I was for the background. Like I was like, oh, who that talking? Oh, are they aligning? Like I was really just looking for all of the random cameos that were happening while people were talking in front of the camera. I just thought that it was great.
What I thought was so cool about that is that, like, you know, so many of these players, so you are scoped like, oh my gosh, that is Dom. All right. Oh, is Xavier over there talking to like you? Every one of these players is so many of our favorites. So yeah, I love that too. Scope in the back.
And it's really, really weird for me. Like, you know, I've seen, you know, Winners at War. And it's like, okay, you know, I know 3 people on Winners at War personally. Like, this was a different beast, being as though I knew like 10 people out there, and not just saying like I know them. Like I've laid in the bed, I've cuddled, you know. I'm just saying, you know, me and Tasha have like cuddled. Me and Desi cuddled. Like, you know, I be on the phone with Sarah. I talk. Ben was in my Zaddy calendar. Like, I know Xavier. I know Ozza. Like, it was really weird seeing all of these people that I like. It just took the Challenge USA for me as a former Survivor player and being well in the Survivor community. It was just another level of excitement for me, like, you know, knowing Cinco.
And what's interesting about that is, you know, these people in real life, so you're gonna see how they are portrayed on this show, and you're gonna see what these shows do, strange things to people and make them act in strange ways. And I'm sure we're gonna see that this season. And we're going to see these people that we know in real life and we know how they act, and seeing how they might be portrayed out there is going to be very interesting to watch.
Yes. Now get back to your notes, because I already have I got one big issue.
All right.
That I need to address.
We gonna get there.
That I didn't like. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Brice, I know you very well.
So what does it have to do with
pronunciation?
No.
That's a word.
No.
For those first-time listeners, sometimes Brice has his own language. We have invented what we call the Brictionary, which is the Brice dictionary. So when you hear a new word of his, we add it to the Brictionary. But sometimes when it comes to the English language, it's like, nah, I'm just kidding.
No, what I am saying is, during this meet and greet, we were getting some confessionals. And I just took this big brother. Okay.
Let's get into it.
I'm just saying, it was just really like, again, you know, I love me Xavier. I love some Kylan. I love some Tiffany. I love some Ozza. I love Alyssa. I don't really know Derek X, but baby, what's that ludicrous song? Throw them bows. Alyssa and Derek was.
Oh, they ready.
They was 30-inch rim sitting up. Is good enough. 30. Okay.
Bows.
They was like, I mean,
bro, like, and you had her saying and him saying, they there was this cookout alliance on Big Brother, and we didn't know, and they sniped us. They got us out of there after making us feel so comfortable. So we're ready to get them out of
I
here.
was just
And then you had Xavier saying, "Oh, I'm super close with Alyssa. She's my number one," and all of that.
I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be getting good." But here's the thing, now. Although I might be Team Xavier,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm Melissa and y'all snipe, I mean, like, it's just like I get the whole gamut of it all. Like, listen, if you think I'm your number one, I'm gonna use that. But just know when we was playing Big Brother, like, I
We don't
just get it.
forget.
But they was just out there. I was like, oh, okay, Big Brother. It like again, and we all know going in that Survivor is a huge target because, like, the Survivor players. But the one thing that this Big Brother that they seem to have is that, like, more 80% of these people were just on a season together. So that's a huge target in itself. However, we would hope and think that despite it all, despite what Derek X wants, and despite what Alyssa wants, I hope y'all know power is in numbers, and y'all organically have the largest number.
Yeah, and that's what like in the game of Survivor too. You don't want to cannibalize until you have like the proper critical mass, so that now once you start cannibalizing one another, you pick a couple of them off and your people are good. So in this case, it'll be interesting to see if or when Big Brother starts going at each other. Later in the episode, we see Alyssa say something to the tune of, "Yeah, I'm gonna get uh X or Kylan out of here at some point, but the time isn't right now." So I like that mentality.
Yeah,
Wait until it's time to snipe them, and then snipe them, because if you mess around and go for your people this early, then all of you guys are out of there. We get your boy TJ, the one and only TJ. Shout out to TJ Lavin. He comes out finally in a TJ coat.
baby, baby, baby,
TJ came through it. I feel like I've seen him in this coat before. That's the TJ coat, man.
baby. Listen.
Tell me.
CBS. What's the name of this production company? Walgen Hark, Mark and Walger, or what's the name of the production company?
Brictionary. Is it Buna Murray?
Yeah, Bergie and Murgy. Listen, y'all might not know who I am. Y'all might not want me on the challenge, even though you should. But let me just say you this. Let me style TJ. Because listen, the way this coat was fitting, it was giving Austin Powers. What's the
Dr. Evil?
Dr. Evil? Okay. It was also giving Batman, the Penguin. Now I love me some TJ, but I was just like, who put you in this coat? And why you got it buttoned up?
Hey, TJ, TJ, I got nothing but love for you, man. Okay. Your Dr. Evil jacket is fly. Do that.
Listen,
Wear that. You know what I'm saying? Do that.
he came Sunday, Easter ready. Okay, he had his zipped up. I said,
He,
okay, TJ.
TJ comes out in his Dr. Evil jacket, and he announces that this game is for $500,000.
Oh.
Okay. And he said that in order to run his final, everyone has to have a certain bank account to even make it. He's going to start everyone out with $1,000. And as you win, you can gain money. And as you go down in the arena and eliminate people, you can gain money. And then he announces, and this is a very interesting part that we haven't heard in the normal challenge or challenge all stars. He announces that the winner of this game will go to an international global challenge tournament.
Oh.
Interesting. Very interesting. So I think that's cool. I don't know how many challenges they're running at the same time right now. Like, do you know of any international ones going on?
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak to it.
Oh, okay. Well, they must have a few going on right now, and it'll be cool to see whenever that might be.
Now, did
Yeah.
he say with this money you have to earn a certain amount of money to
Run his final.
and when I first heard that, I was like, huh? But then I also thought about it and can you be clear on how are the ways that you can get this money?
Yes. So you start out with $1,000.
Hmm.
He's just giving you 1,000. That's what's up.
And you need
Appreciate
a
it.
certain level to be able to enter the final.
I think you need about 5,000 to enter the final. So you can win 5,000 by winning a challenge. You can win a certain amount of money. As we saw later in this episode, the winners each got 5,000, so they're automatically eligible to get to the final if they make it. You can also beat someone in the arena, and um, in the arena later on, we saw that the winner won $1,000. So the winner then now has 2,000 going into the next episode, and they like doing things where you can steal from people. So what I'm willing to bet is as the challenges go on, if you beat someone in the arena that has like a bank of like $8,000, I think you'll be able to steal that bank from them. Big bank, take little bank.
Oh, big bank tech. But no, what I like about that the most is, and which is different in some of the challenges, is that okay, in the survivor round, we always talk about a goat and we always talk about somebody that, like, and so it is the level of survivor where it's like outlast, outplay. But in here, baby, if you're not winning the challenge and you ain't going into the gauntlet and you make it to the end, you're not like, so you have to, like, your strategy has to be either I have to win a challenge, but if I can't win a challenge, then your strategy also, you can't run from the, I don't know why I want to say the duel, the
You
gauntlet.
the
Y'all know what I
arena.
mean.
You can't you gotta get in there. You gotta roll your
You
sleeves up. You
have
gotta get your
to.
hands dirty in order to get to
And
this final.
I love that because I know a lot of people's strategy are like that. I've seen enough challenges. Some people that can't win the challenges, they just like, strategize and like ensure that they don't go in. But baby, if you want to get to the end, you're gonna have to do something. So I love that. I don't know what that for me, that's like that
That's a
T
lot.
right.
You either have
TJ
to
lighting a fire under that coat. Okay.
right,
Like
and he got players out there that are willing to fight for it. And in this case, you have um you either go down in the arena and take that money from someone, or you win it in the actual challenges. So you have to fight, whether it's in the challenges or in the arena, to get your money to earn your spot. I love it.
you gotta fight
Dun dun
for the right
dun dun.
to
Party.
party. You gotta fight
Uh,
for
uh,
your right
dun,
in
dun.
the challenge
Challenge.
USA. Okay, all right.
All right. So then we see the people in the house. They're politicking a little bit. People are talking to each other. The Love Islanders are talking to each other. Um,
Okay,
Cache just
also, sorry, hate to cut you off again. What another thing, Burska and Murky?
let's hear it.
What in the Squid Game locker room
Ooh.
dormitory is going on here?
Uh, Brice, where did you sleep when you were on a show? Is this not
Listen,
an upgrade?
I mean, I slept on Paradise for 9 to 11 days. I was like, listen, they got TJ looking like the penguin, and they got them sleeping in the Squid Games.
That's true. Bunk beds all the way
Orange.
across. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah. They
I
in the
love you,
Squid Game.
Berkshire Maury, but
Berkshire
hire me as
Mori.
the stylist, okay?
We get like I said, people are starting to like, get to know each other, meeting back up with each other. The Love Islanders click up. We get a confessional from Cinco. I'm not here for a relationship type of confessional. Okay, Cinco, let's see you get out there and play the game. We get our buddy James from Amazing Race talking to Leo, and they're understanding that there are only 3 racers in the game, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have to use what we have from our skill set to infiltrate these other groups, and because our number is so small, that'll be good for us. Which, yeah, a small number means you have to infiltrate the other groups, but it also could mean, all right, y'all are easy targets, and we'll explore that a little later. We get our girl Sarah Lucina. We get a confessional from her saying, "Write me the check right now."
Oh, baby! Listen,
Mic drop.
like I said, Dom came in, cool, calm, and collective. Sarah came in and was like, show me the money. And here's the thing, I ain't mad at it because First of all, you know that's my girl Kagian for life. We team Sarah over here. And talk your talk. And listen, in our first glance, Sarah, along with Desi and along with Tasha, are my winner picks. So, first of all, come out, show me. And
Yeah.
Sarah has demonstrated to us that she can. I am just worried that if you are that cocky, and I mean, I'm sure it's like for the confessionals, but I hope that like because people have already like we've already seen confessionals from other people like Sarah Lucina, she's a beast. Like I just hope that people don't try to use that as something to like that puts a target on her back. But again, it's weird in this type of game because it's not like Survivor. It's not like, oh, you can nullify idol. Like, you know, if you want to get me out, it's only one way to get me out.
Roll up them
And
sleeves.
and
Come
you
see me.
and that's what like excites me the most with Sarah is that like she can back it up.
She ain't for play, Bryce. That's the thing. We knew walking in, Sarah Lucina, put her anywhere. She's gonna survive. So her with this level of confidence, she knows that everyone's looking at her like scared of her, and she's wearing it with pride. And yeah, she came in and she sat right in that confessional. She said, "I've been a cop for 16 years. I'm pay me my money right now. This is my game." She owned it. And
Shout out they show her husband Wyatt. Hey Wyatt, we love Wyatt over here.
yeah, so Sarah's gonna be in it to play. I'm excited to see her compete. Shout out to Wyatt. Yes, Brice. Yes, Brice. Yes. So
Sorry.
we get a
They
confessional from
work out
Dom.
on their Instagram every Saturday and Wyatt take his shirt off and they be doing their abs and Sarah be pushing like couches up the hill.
Okay. All right.
It's no what are you blowing a whistle for?
I'm not
I'm
gonna,
sorry.
but just
Are
know
you
that I
blowing a
have it
whistle?
right here.
Oh,
I
okay.
have it.
Where
Just in
is your
case.
couch?
Don't do that. You talking about my couch? To all the listeners that might not follow me on Twitter, I ordered a couch
mm,
in October,
mm-hmm.
and it still hasn't come yet.
Okay.
And it is now July,
Okay.
and I get a text message or an email about every other week
Okay.
saying that it's getting pushed back again.
Now, for the listeners that don't know, but now are knowing, when you said you purchased this couch back in
October
a 21.
of 21.
Okay. Now, what were your friends around you at that time when you said the price and what you needed to do to get the couch? Were your friends supportive of that?
No, you weren't supportive of that, but you're also
Okay.
not my friend.
Okay, that's fine. So you get no empathy in this situation for me
Bryce,
because
I'm very particular.
it's fine. I listen. We could have drove all around, but no. You gotta go online. It's a special couch. I can customize it, sir. You can customize a lot of couches. No, it has plugs in the thing. I could do the island over here. I'm like, okay, well, when's the delivery date? They don't know yet. Red flag number one. And now here we are, months later, and Wendell's tweeting. I just gotta listen. Have me call the customer line. I get you your couch.
You
Trust
get
and
it?
believe that.
All right, I got $100 on you getting me my couch.
Oh, okay. Trust me. Oh, I will
Secondly,
call up.
secondly,
Hello. Hi. My name is Wendell Holland.
mm, that's not how I sound.
I'm not saying that's how you sound, but that's my customer service voice.
All right. All right, Bryce. Well, I say all this to say, Bryce, I'm very particular, and my living room is very important.
Okay.
And I need a particular couch with a low back
Oh,
because the back is almost facing the entryway, so you don't want a high back, and it needs to be whatever. You took me on a
just put,
tangent.
just make a sign that says TBD and put it where you want the couch to be at.
Uh, so okay. As I was saying, I was about to get to the most important person on this cast, my boy
Okay.
Dom.
Oh.
He said, "Hey, I was on Survivor. I came in second place on Survivor. There's no second place this time.
Oh.
Go get it, Dom. Get that money, get that bread, do what you got to do. You will earn it, okay?" So that was what Dom said. Then we have a moment where the Survivor women, plus Azza. So it's Shan, Desi, Azza, and I want to say that Tasha might be there, but they're talking about who would stick together. And they said that the survivors are going to stick together. And Shan says that Sarah is solid and she's going to be with them. So I guess a lot of eyes are on Sarah. What is this superhero of a person going to do? And for them to say, all right, she's with us, she's a survivor. That's a force. That's like having Superman on your team or super, woman, Wonder
Super
Woman,
Sarah.
Super Sarah. That's having Super Sarah on your team. Yeah. And then finally we have Shannon from Love Island. And I thought this was a little funny. I thought it was just a funny bit when she said she's already sore from doing push-ups. She was talking to Giovanni, I think. And I just thought it was silly and funny. And I'm like, all right, she's going to be a cool character to watch. This is kind of funny. That's all I thought.
At that moment in time, I fell in love with Shannon. Okay. I knew she was on Love Island and I didn't want to like her because I think she was like, I don't know if she was like her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or one of the mans. I don't know if it was Corey, but I had my eye on Corey. But I was like, oh, I ain't gonna like Shannon. She messing with my man. But Shannon, for me, is one of the comic reliefs of this show. I just loved her. I thought her energy was so funny. First of all, I thought she was giving looks for days. She had makeup on. She had her lip on. She had a pump. Like, I'm here for Shannon.
Yeah. Yeah. She is quite the character, and I appreciate her as a member of this cast. Then we get to the challenge. The challenge is called Down to Do the Math.
Oh.
And what they need to do is they need to repel from, in pairs, they need to repel from this building, a skyscraper, which is crazy. And as they're going down, they have to memorize this math equation. And once they hit the ground, they need to solve it. Brice?
Now listen, I could repel. I could that part would be fun for me. But listen, I think when we were watching this yesterday, I just gave myself, okay, I'm repelling. Let me repel. All right. I don't know if I can repel this way. No. Okay, well, okay, I'm repelling. Okay. My first number, 1 times a billion. Okay. 1 billion. Or no, 1 times a billion. Yeah, 1 billion, right? Or yes. No, 2 times a billion. 2 billion. Okay. Next one.
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2. And now it's 1 billion.
Next number.
Then
add
it's
50.
Now here's the thing. I know what it looks like, but I can't say it. So it's can you just say 1,000,000,050?
Yes.
Okay. So 1,000,000,050.
Okay. Last number. Add 100,000.
So would it be 1,100,050?
Yes. And okay. Finally.
No, this is the last.
The last number. Subtract 7.
Okay. 1,100,043. No, wait.
You got it, Perk.
No, let me hold on. Wait. Now I gotta go. Turn. So listen, I could do the repelling, and I would have to I would listen. I would be strategically. I would be going right to my girl Tasha Fox. Okay, she a mathematician. It's the number part for me. And listen, I love me my Kylan and my and my other. In the words of TJ.
Can we make note of that right now?
What? TJ?
Azah.
Just like
Azah. Kylan and Azah.
Every time TJ said Azah's name, like it was like as if he wanted to make sure that she knew that he could say her name.
He wanted everyone to know that there's an H at the end of her name.
Okay, Azah. Now, Azah and Kylan messed it up.
The only team to mess it up, really.
Only team to mess it up. But listen, and this is when I was like, because Kylan was doing the damn thing. and he really was the energy. But it like it that would be my worst fear because I'm not good at math. Like, I mean, listen, I can repel, but listen, once we start getting into 30 times, 50, like listen, you done lost me.
I think the first one was 115 times 5. What's that, Perp?
115 times 5. Ain't it you just what's 15 times 5 and then just move the decimal over?
115 times 5.
You have to move the decimal over.
Oh, look at you looking down at your
I'm
phone.
not.
Look at you looking
I'm
down at
not.
your
It's
phone.
575. You just have to move the decimal over.
Oh, that's all you did. Move the decimal over. Okay. Sounds
Listen.
about right.
So that's what make it hard when I would have to count on my hand while holding the like that. Like that, my partner would be over me.
What I thought was cool about this one is you got to choose your own partner.
See, that also would give me anxiety because it would just remind me of like third grade kickball. And I would like, although I would know who I would want, I would just stand there and be like,
and nobody would pick.
And nobody would pick me. But obviously somebody would have to get me. But
in this challenge, who would you want to
I would probably like I would probably go for a top. First of all, I'm running right over to Sarah. Let me stop lying. I'm running to Sarah.
Yeah.
I would want a Sarah. I would want a Tasha. I would want a Desi. I would want I would go for Justine. I would go for Cachet. Listen, but I'm just gonna be upfront with them right off the bat.
And say that
I can ensure to be your hype man going down, but you're gonna need to do the math.
I can ensure to be your hype man going down, but you're gonna have to do the math.
Yes. I mean, you could check in with me and I could, tell you if it sound right, but
that's it.
That's all I really got for you.
Okay. All right. Well, again, we have our friends, Kylan and Azah. They start off. They're looking strong, and they're going against Cashel and Kyra, and they're looking strong. Although, was Oz afraid of the heights a little bit at first?
A little bit, but again, she was able to get in a momentum, and Kylan was an excellent partner.
He was, and they're rocking. They're going down fast. They're looking good, and they get to the bottom. They mess up their numbers 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, y'all got to go back up. Y'all got to run back up 20, however many flights of stairs, and do it over. Then we have the other team, Cashel and Kyra, and they get down to the bottom, and they get it. Like, and it's like, whoa, y'all look like a hot mess, but then y'all got to the bottom and y'all rocked it. So that was interesting, but we learned that, I guess, and not only did we learn this, but I guess everyone else down there learned it. Like, look, get your math right, so that you don't have to run up all those steps, because that's a killer in the game.
This is the moment when they all figured that out, to get their math right, when they was watching Kylan and Azah.
And sadly, Kai and Oz were the first ones up there.
Right. So they were like the test dummies, where you kind of like the learning curve was with them. But again, they held their head up high. They had to go back up there. Azah was feeling a little winded, almost passed out. And just
tell me about that.
I mean, CBS loved every moment of it, because it just seemed like first of all, I love my girl Azah, but the way that they like edited it as if like the girl passed out or died, and then it's like when you come back from the commercial, you see her laying down talking to Kylan like, she chilling. Like, and that's, if I were Azah, I would be like, get that camera out my face.
She should have smacked the camera, huh?
Right. She just laying down, getting some water. Like, you tired. But the way that camera got over on her eye, like, they made it seem like they were about to have to call the medic. But I also think people seeing that and seeing Oz have to go back up and seeing how tired it was, really was like, this ain't for play. Like, we're really out here doing this challenge.
Yeah. So I had a note in my notes about you going crazy when they showed Azah like that. We should not see the same thing 6 times.
Right.
It was probably 2 seconds.
Because they just kept showing that thing. And I'm like, why do they keep showing this? It's like two people, we at Xavier now going down the thing, and then they just zoom right back to Ozza. Like, stop playing with me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, then we go through everybody. Everyone goes down, and we see some groups are looking better than others. And at the end of the day, everyone I think learned from Kylan and Ozza, and they're like, you know what, we're not gonna get our math wrong. We're gonna take our time getting down and get our math right. And ultimately, let's see.
Came down to a close 3. Now, mind you, they did a great job editing because no one seemed to go down fast, like we could tell. But I knew in my head, I knew Desi and Cinco did a good job. I knew Tyson and Angela did a good job, and I knew what's the other people's name? Was it
Danny and Shan.
Danny and Shan did a
Yeah.
great job. And shout out to Danny. First of all, Danny is a huge friend of the show.
Let's
And you
get
know,
into that.
Danny's wife is my best friend, Kiki. Hey, friend.
Kiki got a couple shout outs, okay?
Okay. Kiki, before Danny left that house, Kiki said, you better let him know. You better let him know. Danny got in front of that confessional. He was like, my wife, Kiki. Okay.
Kiki said.
Kiki said, they's like, Danny, how you doing today? Well, my wife, Kiki. Okay. I had to text Kiki like, friend, is you on the show?
He said something like, my wife gave me one rule: don't die, don't come back here dead, or I'm gonna kill you, or something like that.
And Kiki meant this. So shout out to friend of the show, Kiki. Hey, friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like interesting to see Danny and Shan. You know, we've had Danny and Shan both on the Purple Pants podcast. You know, it was a lot of things. And then, you know, shortly after that, they went out on the challenge, and it was interesting that they got paired up with each other. But again, I loved it because listen, Danny said we out here to make things happen, and they were able to patch it up. Another interesting is that like we didn't really get to see a lot of Shan either this episode. And again, I know that I would have to feel that she's one of the people that probably is nervous because the last Survivor season that we have saw is Danny and Shan's. And although Shan didn't make it to the end in Survivor, for practically half of that season, she was the voice in the show. So it was interesting that, again, we saw a very kind of low-key, chill Shan. And so that's going to be very interesting to me to see how these relationships continue to develop. But yeah, like shout out to Danny and Shan. They killed it.
And we know Shan she gives good confessionals. And she's
we
a personality, and she's hilarious. So we'll see, you know, how they're definitely gonna get that Shan time. So I'm interesting to see her arc on the show. Ultimately, Danny, Shan, Tyson, Angela, Desi, and Cinco were separated by 17 seconds. And the winners were Angela and Tyson. They won 10 grand, 5 apiece. Now they have their automatic tickets to the final if they make it that far.
And all of a sudden, Tyson just become the Godfather. Okay. Tyson attitude changed real. He just was like, I'm cooling. But again, I love to see that from a Tyson because, you know, he is somebody that has won Survivor. He is somebody that is really athletic. And I think that this was a huge confident booster for Tyson because although he's a Survivor legend, out here on the show, you know, he giving granddaddy a little bit, you know, so it is good for him to let the young people know that he's still out here.
He put them on notice for sure. And then he screamed, he's like, I'm here. Don't even look my way. Just like Sarah Lucina, she'll walk around and you won't want to look her way because she's that tough. Tyson had to perform, and then he yelled at everybody like, don't look my way. I'm Tyson. I'm that guy.
Right. Another amazing thing, I hope I'm not jumping around in your notes, but it's just fresh on my mind. I loved how, like, you know, in the challenge, I don't know why this reminded me of like Big Brother and the challenge with Tyson and Angela being the winners. And, you know, in the challenge, then you get to decide who goes in. And again, mind you, so first of all, nothing. So me and Wendell was watching together, and Wendell was not happy with me because, first of all, when I watch shows,
Why wasn't I happy with you?
because when I watch shows, everybody, I'm sorry, I can't just be like,
Okay.
yeah, that's how Wendell wants everyone to watch the show around him. No. If something's funny, I'm going to laugh. If I disagree with something, I'm going to let the TV know I disagree with something. If I think something is amazing, I'm going to let and so mind you. So yes, I'm screaming at the TV. Yes, I'm
The
like,
whole
oh my
time.
God.
You didn't let the TV talk one time. You were the voice of the TV. I didn't know how you had that much breath in your lungs.
I was excited.
I just wanted to hear a confessional or two.
No.
That's all.
No.
I wanted
So
to
we're
take
just
my little notes.
We're just like, can we watch the show? And you know me, I'm sensitive. So I'm like, all right, fine. I won't say nothing else. And then, 4 seconds later. But it's just my excitement. I can't help but what I try to explain to Wendell is that if I were at my house by myself, this is what I would be doing. But anyway.
What was that first word that you said?
Confessional.
No, you said if.
Okay, I'm just.
You weren't.
I'm me.
Your house by yourself. You were with your boy who has to take the notes.
I had to take notes too.
The pod.
Anyway,
you said when I'm gonna rewatch it tomorrow anyway, so I could yell at the TV all I want.
No, okay, but guess what? Watch this. Okay, I still watch this. Guess what? I'm alive. So anyway, one thing that I thought was so interesting. That we're going to limp up and get a juice. Like, because he's got a surgery. So, normally around the house, he'll ask people to get him stuff. But of course, during this commercial break, since I was being so loud, we're the one to be so dramatic and get up to get a juice. Oh, and y'all be thinking I'm the dramatic one. Anyway, what I thought was so, in my opinion, mind-blowing was when Tyson and Angela, I don't know why I keep saying head of house, but they sitting on the throne, and now they get to have a meeting with Ozzy and Kylan. And again, I was astonished because you would think, or most people that watch the challenges, they know, but this could be such a contentious time. This could be such an awkward conversation. But it was so weird because they had this unspoken alliance. And it was, instead of them, I don't know why, I just thought it was so interesting. And they essentially were like, who can you beat? Who do you think that you could beat? Let's problem solve. I don't know why that was. Maybe it was the Casamigos, maybe it was the gummy bear. I don't know. But in that moment,
the truth comes out.
I just thought that was wow, I didn't think it would go this way. And I mean, clearly there might be a Big Brother Survivor type of alliance right now. I don't know.
Well, look at it this way. Traditionally speaking, if we're close, the Survivor community is close with the Big Brother community, period, right? Add that to this combination of a Survivor and a Big Brother winning. Now, the Survivor's going to be in self-preservation mode. The Big Brother will be in self-preservation mode. Tyson and Angela will both want to preserve themselves and their alliances, or whoever their people are. So then you have two Big Brothers that just lost. They're coming in front of them. All right, who are the representatives here? We have a Survivor. We have a Big Brother. We don't have any Amazing Racers in here. We don't have any Love Islanders in here. Let's look out for our own. All right, you two Big Brothers. Who do y'all want to see down there? And then they picked a group that had neither Survivor nor Big Brothers in there. And I think it was because of the makeup of the four of them in that room. It was very political. It was a smart move, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I was a little pissed because it seemed like they came to the conclusion of Shannon and James.
Yes.
And I was not happy. One, because James is my baby boy. I love James, and I just am falling in love with Shannon. So I was like not happy at that. However, we in first glance, when we did the first glance of the potential castmates, one of the things that I had brought to your attention with James was that him and Will, when they were on Amazing Race, they won. And partly because they were huge Survivor fans and they wanted to be in alliances. And they like used this alliance system in Amazing Race. And they always were strategizing. And it was, dare I say, phenomenal. Now, mind you, I love, James, that's my sis. We're both gay. And so obviously I'm going to root for a gay man. But I mean, again, so my level of emotions go from screaming at the TV to now I'm sitting here crying because like I am seeing someone that like looks like me, sounds like me, get told that they're possibly going in.
He's a lot
And
cuter than you.
I mean, listen, that's fine. Okay, because I still pulls them. Okay.
Do you?
M- m- My my phone is ringing right now.
Is it?
Anyway, I no. No,
I just
but
wanted to piggyback real quick. I'm sorry.
okay.
Um, there was a point where we saw X, Xavier, Enzo, and Alyssa looking towards the James Shannon combo. That was like starting the things. Then we had this conversation with the four, Tyson, Angela, Kylan, and Azza, and it seemed like it was going in that direction. James and
Shannon.
and yeah, your boy James, and we both know James. James, like in real life, you want to be James's best friend because he has that personality that you just want to be his friend. And a player like that can be dangerous because they can literally go all over the place and talk to everybody and make ends with everybody. And he literally said, "Hey, that's what I'm gonna do," and he did it. Brice, your boy did it.
Yeah, and I know what it's like to be the only gay male player out in this like, heterosexual dominated force, and for your name to be the first on the chopping block, some might just sit there and wallow. James said, listen, I'm going to go talk to the Godfather, Tyson. I'm going to let you know what I think. And then, he's getting word around town that people are saying like that. They're saying Shannon wanted to quit. It's like, what? And, James goes and tells Shannon this, and he's like, listen, girl, I don't know what you've been doing. Like, this is what they say. And Shannon's like, I'm not trying to quit. He like, but listen, I can get this for us, but whatever you doing, stop it. Pull it together. And then he goes and pilots. I'm like, you better.
And what was really cool about the editing style is they didn't show this politicking until it was time to call a group down. So we as viewers are thinking it's going to be him. And there was that day when everyone met with when Oz and Kylan met with Tyson and Angela. And then before this challenge, which is the night prior, we get this party night. If you're a challenge viewer, which I'm sure a lot of you are, you know that there's always a night where they go out to party before the elimination. And in this case, if Brice was there,
listen, this would be listen. Y'all,
it would be the Survivor sitting in that corner, the Big Brother sitting in that corner, the three Amazing Racers sitting in a triangle over there, and Brice and all 10 Love Island people twerking in the middle.
That and again, I really feel like I would do great on the show only because I have such a competition side. Most people don't get to see that at all, Survivor. But then, I also have this light of the room side. Give me a cocktail. Get me just out of the atmosphere. Get me to just I don't know. I was with my girl Cache. I was with Justine. I was with the other girl. What's her name? Sela, Kayla, Selly. I was with them. We turning up.
They were. And what's interesting is you have a lot of these older folks and married folks and relationship folks. And then you have this Love Island element that's like, you know what? They young and single. They're going to shake their behinds and have a good time out there. So it's interesting to watch because literally they were twerking and you see the Survivor sitting in a corner plotting. The other people sitting over here. The other people sitting over here. There was a point when I saw Cinco speaking to James and Giovanni.
Oh, I love
Cinco
that
said,
conversation.
if it was me, I'd put the best competitors in to take out someone big. First of all, Cinco, you are the biggest person out there. First of all, FYI, you are putting targets on people like yourself. But other than, and Cinco, I know you're listening. You know we love you, but you know I'll be talking trash sometimes. All right, from the first day I met you. But
Keep it
yeah,
cute. We don't play about single because you can get popped in your head. Okay,
but we all know Brice can't fight. So
I
Cinco,
can.
you gonna have to pop me in my head, and I know you're stronger than me. Okay,
Pause. Okay.
self whistle.
If anybody's popping anybody in the
Don't do
head.
that. Don't do
Ah!
that. Don't do that. So, but what Cinco said, and this is a good strategy. Like, yo, throw the big dogs in to take each other out. Kylan is a big dog. We saw like, despite them fumbling the math component, like Kylan came in tip top shape. They said he's. I think Azza said, said that he's been preparing for a long time for this, and we know that Kylan was ready. So hey, you throw in a big dog, and a big dog is gone.
Wait,
So but
who was Kylan partner?
Kylan's partner was Azza. Ah, Azza.
It was just first of all, we love Ozzy, but TJ.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't a knock on Oz. It's a knock on our boy TJ,
Okay.
who we love also. FYI, TJ. Okay. But
I
anyway,
mean,
so yeah, that's what one thing that Cinco said while he was out there. I think there's something to that. But if there's a strong guy that forced himself into the elimination, like Kylan, if y'all put another strong guy in there, you got a strong person going home that night. Um,
but I mean, again, I think makes sense. But there's also politicking and there's also like, alliances and different things like that. But I was, when it was time for the challenge to come and TJ told us what team was going in, I was shocked. I'm like,
yes.
not they doing a great job. Like, I have to say, Berkshire and Murky are doing a great job with this editing because
That
during
was
the
Survivor
challenge,
ass
yeah,
with the
like
flashback.
with the flashback during the challenge, we couldn't really see who won. Then it's like all of a sudden it was Tyson, and then they showed us no signs that it was not going to be James and Shannon, and then all of a sudden it's Brandon and was it Selly or
So
it was Selly
Shelly
and
and Giovanni.
Giovanni. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Giovanni. Hey Giovanni. Um,
So
but also what was crazy because
yes.
the night before the challenge came on, uh Wendell wanted to watch season 1 of the OG challenge. And it was so crazy because we happened to see that exact same not in a cage challenge. So again, when we saw what they were doing, I kindly let the TV know that I was excited that we just saw it.
I should have popped you in your head for that one. So we get to the arena. TJ calls down the losing team, who are
Azar.
and
Ah.
Kylan. Tyson and Angela are to pick a team to come see them down there. And yes, they call Selly and Giovanni. We get the flashback to James. He's running around politicking with everybody. This is Survivor form right here. Like this is what we've seen on Survivor. If you know your name's on the chopping block, you run around, you politic, you make ends with whoever you can, and he did just that. And how you said that he's watched Survivor, and how you said that they played a game on race with alliances similar to that of Survivor. We saw that. He ain't no slouch. I
Not
love it.
at all. He is letting them know, baby, I won Amazing Race and I'm here for a reason. But at the same time, baby boy, pump your brakes because I feel like, to some, I mean, and again, I don't know if they're necessarily looking at you, but now I'm looking at you and I got to protect my baby boy. This is a huge move that you were able to do.
That
Again,
puts you on
but
the radar.
it does, but again, my lens is always from the survivor lens, and so maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. But just keep doing what you're doing, baby boy. We're rooting for you.
Yeah, we get a Tyson quote where he says something to the tune of like James owes me big time or something like that because Tyson did he did him he did him ultimately it was Tyson. I mean, it was James's hard work, but it was Tyson and Angela who said, "All right, we're not gonna pick y'all."
And I mean, and in reality though, it's more of like it doesn't really matter for you, Tyson. It's a good move, and it's like it could do you. It could grant you more favor in the long run. There's no real cons to it.
Right. Now here's a question for you, Brice. If you have a group to take a shot at right then and there from Tyson's perspective, you can shoot at Love Island or you can shoot at Amazing Race. Just look at it from that standpoint.
I mean, yeah, it would probably be Love Island
Why?
because I just feel like Love. Honestly, I feel like Love Island is a newer show. Big Brother, Survivor, and Amazing Race are established shows, and I just feel like I'm just saying what I would probably do. I would probably maybe take it.
Now, my question, Brice, to take it a step further is if there are more Love Islanders on the season,
Mhm.
whereas there are only a small handful of Amazing Racers. So, like, you take
But
oh, but it was a Love Island. Well, what I'm trying to say is,
I get what
in
you're saying.
because now it's like, all right, now you shake up all of these Love Islanders.
But again, I think our math equation is flawed because we're looking at it like Survivor. And I don't think the chips necessarily fall like that. Like it does and it can because ultimately at the end of the day is the worst that they could do is put you in. You can volunteer to go in. You know
Yeah.
like so I feel like I get what you're saying and I struggle with that cuz I feel the same way. Cause that's how I'm thinking, like, oh, who can I try to get rid of? But it's actually you're not really getting rid of anybody. You're actually giving them a chance to get money in their bank to compete for the challenge. Like I don't know. I just feel like
Okay. So if you get thrown in, you're saying, thank you. You gave me a shot to
I mean, I'm not
compete to
going to be
win some more
happy.
money.
I'm going to cuss you out, but at the end of the day, it's not y'all writing my name down and voting me out, and I'm the third boot. If I go home, it's because I competed in a challenge. Give me the opportunity. And
It's still
so
in your hands. You
it's
still
still in
have
my
that
control.
opportunity. Yeah, I got you. All right. So let's talk about this challenge.
Baby.
There are pyramids,
Baby.
these
And
steel
rope.
pyramids, and ropes, this long, heavy rope.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
This long, heavy rope. And
Oh.
the team has to maneuver the rope in and out for 20 minutes all around this pyramid, tied up in as many knots as they can. And once 20 minutes is up, you swap sides, and your team has to then untie the opposite team's rope and bring this super heavy rope into the center of the arena. Whoever deposits it in the circle in the middle of the arena first wins.
Baby, I would have been so good at this challenge. Let me just tell you.
No, you wouldn't have.
First of all, I was in Boy Scouts. I know how to tie a knot.
No, you
And
don't. Were you?
I was in Cub Scouts.
How far did Cubs see? So you weren't in Boy Scouts.
I mean, I didn't want to go to they
So
were
you were a
mean.
brownie. You sold Girl Scouts cookies.
Listen.
Thin
Anyway,
mint.
I okay.
They're delicious, by the way.
It's the coconut. What's the coconut one?
With the little
coconut.
chocolate drizzle.
Oh, baby.
Yo, when my sisters used to sell them, I used to steal them out the box. I'm just saying.
Steal them.
I used
I
to
would be great
borrow
at this
them.
challenge. I listen. I would. Ooh, I would just be so good. I
What
would
would
go
your
up.
strategy be?
My strategy would be to go up, tie a series of knots above, then intertwine the knots from left to right. But my series would be it would be like a cluster of like 4 different knots. So I would do a cluster of knots up top, a cluster of knots to the left, a cluster of knots to the right. That's really what my focus would be, and I would be like utilizing my weight, like like it would be a.
Are you a velociraptor?
It would be yeah.
So
And
you would be great.
I would be so good at a challenge like this, and I would be so good at untying. I would probably be even better at the untying.
I don't think so.
Oh no, I know so. I
Nah,
know
you
so.
wouldn't.
I listen. I'm Whitney Houston. I know my own strength. Or I think the song is she didn't know her own strength, but I know my own strength.
Okay. TJ, if you're listening, and Brice is out there, and he gets thrown into one of these challenges, just make it a hall brawl.
Oh. Baby, I'm walking off.
Nope.
Well, it depends on who they put me up against, though, because I'm a
Derek Frazier.
solid. Derek going down.
You heard it
Derek
first.
that's my sis and that's my cousin, and I love me my Derek, but Derek going down.
So Brice, I got my
I,
money
I
on Derek, but
okay.
I got something to ask you, Brice, and this was interesting to me. TJ tells him how to do the challenge.
Mhm.
Then, as challenge fans know, the groups get together. They do a little confessional before they're about to get out there. You know, they're saying like, all right, I'm down in here, I'm ready to go. Whatever they need to say, this one's for my family. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they got to do. If we saw Danny there, who would it be for?
Kiki said.
Kiki said, I better get out of this. But we see Kylan and
Baby, Ozzy is a saint. Ozzy is a saint. Cause let me tell you. Let me tell you. See, that's why I be nervous not to go. Like, okay, I'll let you continue. Cause I'm getting hot already.
Yes. So as Azah and Kylan are down there doing their confessional, getting ready, as viewers, we start hearing something like someone's yelling at them. And we got the dude Jay and Sally, they're screaming at him, talking all this trash to him, like, yeah, we go get y'all out of here. We don't pass out after after scaling down they just talking mad trash.
Baby. And Ozzy is a true queen. She just first of all, you could tell she heard it because she was given stunned, like, did this me? Baby, when I tell you spicy Bricey would have come out, first of all, the first words out of my mouth would have started with a B. Okay. First words out of my mouth. Second, who you talking?
Oh yeah. Brice would have been flustered. Yo, if Brice is down there, that's what y'all need to do, because that's how you throw him off of his game.
No, you won't. You would get me hyped, but I'm gonna cuss you out. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know I might have passed. I wasn't passed out, hun. It's called drinking water. Okay, I was laying in the shade with a glass of lemonade.
Out, Brice.
I was laying in the shade with a glass of lemonade. I rock Versace. Y'all couldn't even pay for it. I rock Versace and an 8 or 100,000 to get you nothing less. Until I tell you no less. No matter what people say, okay?
You got to moving on. Take your body to the rhythm. No matter people.
A hip hop, hip it, hip hop, and you don't stop for rocking the
bang bang boogie, the up jumps the boogie, rhythm of the boogie the B. Now what you hear is not a test.
It's the Rook Kim Queen B. I know y'all heard of the female rap, but they ain't got nothing on me. Cause I take to my rap, and my raps are 150,000 other boy, nothing less. And to you haters, I pay all on mine. In fact, I'ma give it to y'all one more time, like no matter what people say, Azah.
You got it moving on.
Okay, I would have been at Giovanni's neck.
So, as a competitor, I love when people I love the trash talk element of things. Like when I'm hooping, I'm talking my ish.
And where did that land you? Let's just okay. Maybe you shouldn't. Okay. You had to get an ACL surgery, sir.
Okay. Maybe. Okay. Whatever. Well, my point is, like, I love it. So, and I've never in the challenge, I've never seen someone scream across while they're doing their interview. I've never seen that. So respect to Jay and to Sally for that. Like that, they changed the game.
It wasn't Sally, it was more Giovanni. But
it was Giovanni. Giovanni was talking that ish. So respect. But what I also noticed was my doppelganger Kai.
Oh.
Kylan was locking in, and Kylan was ready to take some heads off. Had that been a Brice, be careful. Had that been a hall brawl, Kylan is tearing the whole building down.
Oh.
So when I saw them talking trash to him, I saw him just locking in, like, all right, let them say what they want. All right, cool, solid.
You said what would happen? What would Kylan do in the hall brawl?
Kylan
No,
would win
I
against
okay.
you in a hall brawl.
What would
So,
he be? You say he be knocking those walls down? Oh,
they told me not to blow the whistle into the mic.
oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
If you're not watching this on YouTube right now, Brice Isaiah just poured his whole water bottle on himself. Ew. Oh no, this is bad.
Sorry.
Brice, you're looking like Davey when Davey poured that beer on himself on that challenge. This is disgusting. Let's wrap this up. We're wrapping it up.
Okay.
Anyway, so Brice needs a towel. They start the challenge after talking all that mess. And Kylan and Oz are locked in, and they're jumping and doing it. But also, Giovanni and Selly are working hard too. And you can't really tell who's really winning.
Because the editing with Marco and Walk are doing a good job.
Marco and Walk. You have changed the editors, the production company's name every single time. But that's what's up. And Brice, you still need a towel. But so they tie these things up all crazy. And we get some imagery of Azza getting kind of gassed, and they're showing our girl looking a little tired. And then Brice, was this before or after when she had a little her eyelashes kind of fell off a little?
Okay.
Brice, why'd you get the image?
Listen, because Azza said the eyelash might not make it, but I'ma make it. Okay.
She said, I didn't come here to look pretty.
Okay.
And she came there to play. She came there to play hard. So, right, her eyelash might have went down to her cheek a little bit, but Oz is ready to go. And we know Oz. Oz is this wonderful, beautiful, wholesome woman. But as we saw, Oz could compete too. Whether she's, and even if
whether
it requires,
Kylan is throwing you over and listen, she's still allowing, like she is still doing what needs to be done, and she's giving it her all, and that's all that you can ask for. And honestly, like that's the best thing about a competitor is like when you give it your all. Like
we saw
give
that
it
she
your
left it
all.
on the floor. She left it all on the floor, and
she left on the floor. And she left her eyebrow, or she left her eyelash on her cheek. Okay, that's
Oz,
the sign.
We love you, Ozza. We love you.
Of a
when
real
you
competitor.
See Brice smack him.
That's my sister. Ozza, no. That's Ozza, no. Okay.
She left it on the floor in the cheek. You right. But so ultimately, Ozza and Kylan, they end up. So after the 20 minutes, the two groups swap, and Ozza and Kylan are able to untangle and get the rope into the center first. They win. At the end, it does look.
What?
Ozza,
what?
Please slap Brice when you see him.
Why?
Please. Anybody from the cookout, anybody from Big Brother.
No, listen.
Lay hands on Brice. For those of us not watching on YouTube, Brice has applied an eyelash under his eye.
Listen, that is the sign that you is Team Azza.
Azza.
Okay? That's the sign that you are a true competitor. And if you are Team Azza, put your eyelashes under your eye. Okay? That's my girl Azza. Most people have been like, oh, no. Listen, Azza said, hold on, wait, let me get it up because can I do it? Okay, Azza said, okay, she cared if she was going home, not where her lash was. So listen, okay, that's a true competitor. That's my girl, Azza.
I'm dead.
Azza.
Yeah. Azza. So, but yeah, at the end of it, Kylan and Azza used whatever fuel. Giovanni was screaming at them, and they ended up winning. And so our good friends are still in the game. Respect. Kylan is there to play. He's there to like compete. And so is Oz.
Yeah.
What happened to your eyelash? Brice. What happened to your eyelash?
Sorry.
So, then
Sally and Giovanni go home.
we see Justine crying that her best friend is going home. It looked like Desi started to tear up a little bit too. She looks like she's feeling kind of vengeful. Um, so
And
Kylan,
so at this point of the game, people are thinking like, and again, how hard people have been advocating for other people, i.e., James with Shannon, the way Tyson is the godfather with Angela. People are locked in like, this is our partner. The way Kylan was throwing Ozzy over that thing to lock the thing in, like he only doing that for a real partner. So like people are locked in.
yep,
Like it's like this
like
is
that's who they're gonna run this whole show with. And of course, that's when TJ, in perfect TJ form, says, "I have one more thing to show you. I have one more surprise to show you." Baby, TJ shows them what they call the algorithm.
Oh.
And he pressed something over there, and all the names that are remaining started jumbling up. TJ
Mhm.
loves surprising people. And
Mhm.
basically,
Surprise us with that jacket.
they left us with a cliffhanger because basically they said that everyone who is remaining is going to get swapped to a new partner. And
Mm.
this is going to happen until they've all used.
And so
Um,
no one will have the same partner.
and
So
then
again,
they,
now all the people that you was just now again, why I feel like so hard to have these survivor alliances, because now you're gonna have a new teammate with a new thing, and so your only alliance at this point is to do work, to go in and do work, and or your only option is to win or to put in work.
mm,
That might be the name of the episode: win or put in work.
mm,
Also, I was dying at James. He was like, I mean, the algorithm is cute and all, but no.
yeah.
Okay. And then I just, before you ended, I just so okay. So I also two things. I just want to give a shout out to my favorite people right here, James and Shannon. I just thought that they were amazing. Love my baby boy James and Shannon. She's a queen. I just had to like send her a little message on the Instagram and say, girl, I love you. But I also, I wanted to create this board for you so we can see what's going on.
Yeah, Bryson, I was going to ask you what I wanted to do was do a player of the week every week.
Well, listen, who is your player of the week?
Brice, I am the host. So I have to ask these questions first.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to give you my player. I'm going to have to give my player of the week.
Oh.
I'm going to have to give my
Okay.
player of the week to my buddy Tyson, good friend, great player. The man has lots of skin in the game. There's a reason why he's such a legend, why he's done so great on Survivor, why he's played 4 times, and why he is in this episode. To me, he was that guy. He was the clear narrator and kind of like a godfather, like you said. And so my player of the week is going to my buddy Tyson.
So I mean, my player of the week, I want to say James, but since you give him props, my player of the week, Azza. I think that through it all, she maintained her composure. She didn't give up. She fought to her body said, lay down and drink some water when they was trash talk. Like, she just gave it her all. So I listen, my eyelash is for you, Azza. Azza is my player of the week, followed by James and Shannon because I love them. But no, Azza really killed it out there. And again, she just shows you that a lot of us sit at home and commentate about these type of things, but the challenge is real. Like it's real out there. And I think it takes a huge player. And we see that we've got Sully and Giovanni are out. And so I'm excited to keep, conversating with you each week here for the Wendell Holland YouTube page. So make sure you guys subscribe to the Wendell Holland YouTube channel. Also, this video audio will be available on the Purple Pants podcast, for your special challenge breakdown. So we are excited to be bringing you this funness.
Yes, thank you to everybody for tuning in to the challenge breakdown with yours truly, Wendell Holland, and this crazy individual, my best friend, the host of the Purple Pants podcast, the energy on Survivor Kagayan, the one and only Brice Isaiah, the man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT, however you want to define GOAT. Thank you all for watching the challenge breakdown, the first episode. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend.
Baby. See that? See, here you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Tell a
What
friend to
you
tell a friend. I'm stealing some of Brice's lines, ladies and gentlemen. But let us know in the comments how you feel. If you have any questions, let us know. This season, I'd love to bring on some more of my friends. I talked to our buddy Justin Markowitz. He wants to come on and break it down with us. I talked to Mike Holloway. He might jump on and break it down with us. So hopefully we can get some cool guests in here. And thank you all again for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the Wendell Holland YouTube.
Yes, and let us know in the comments of the YouTube who your player of the week is.
We'll see y'all. Peace.